I see a lot of people feeling drained, feeling stuck in a loop, having, work, home, scrolling, like all of that thing. I see people feeling this stress, and now that we're entering the autumn and the summer kind of it, especially in Estonia, it was really cold. I thought that I will share these 20 questions with you, what I made for you. It's free, download, you can download it, I will talk more about it. But I made this session for us to kind of recollect ourselves. So if you're new to journaling, or you never have done it and never consider it, then maybe it's time for you to be a little curious what I'm about to tell you. I started journaling in 2019, and this is my first notebook. So I pretty much painted it from Pinterest. Someone was doing something and I wasn't really good at painting. Now, I make a lot of stuff with painting, but that's what I painted. And this is, you can see, December 2019. So I was 19 years old, and that's why I wanted to share this part with you, because I feel like journaling really has changed my life, and it really has an interesting documentation of my life and different phases in my life. So I want to share a little bit of my story, and maybe it can also help you and bring some peace or some sense of purposeness in your life to continue whatever you want to continue. To maybe you need a reset, maybe you need a reset of life, just to shift something around. And I feel like that's so exciting. Whenever I've done it, I don't understand like the real thing that's happening when I journal every day. It actually gives me insights, it actually elevates me, and I have elevated, of course, all over those years, which is what, like 5-6 years almost. Oh my god, time flies. But I have elevated my mind, and I definitely can learn from this, and we can learn together from this to make our lives better, to live more happier, and that's what I want for us. Let's start with our first section, daily growth and reflection. The quote I chose for us today was, "The secret to success is found in your daily routine." If you think of the company you're working to someone, and you always have to have some metrics. You always track your stuff. You have the, what was this word, KTPRs or whatever. You have something that kind of like tracks your content. It kind of tracks what you're doing. It kind of understands, oh, okay, we need some data to become better. And I feel like we don't do that for ourselves. And I feel like that's the best thing to do to yourself, to understand what's going on internally. When you never looked inside yourself, it's kind of like creepy, or I don't want to say creepy, it's kind of weird. You're like, why should I even do that? Why should I even dig into it? It's for the deep people, but that's not the case. You need to understand that if you want to take your life seriously and you want changes, we need to become aware what's going on. Why wouldn't you want to increase your chances by doing certain habits? And I feel like that's really powerful. I always want to increase my chances of getting better, of getting more successful if I change myself. Example, like I can tell my stories pretty much like I overcome myself so much that I was able to post on YouTube. I never had confidence. It's not something I had, it's something I built. If you would see my first videos, you can see how awkward I am. You can see how like unstable I'm, like, yeah, I don't know, yeah. I wasn't comfortable on video, and that's why I talk about like it all comes from a little work inside and a little looking in front of your face of what's going on actually with yourself. I want to share this part. I think it's really personal, and I think it's really cool, and maybe can give you a nice insight of my growth. Like I showed you, my first ever journal that I started when I lived in Czech Republic. First of all, I wrote everything in English. Yes, I'm Estonian, but I don't care. I genuinely love English and the language of it and expression of it. That's why I wrote music like that, My first entries, they used to be about the people and how I'm feeling, because I am really emotional person. I didn't know what to do with my emotions. I didn't know who to talk to, because the thing is, we are affected with your friends. We are affected with people, no matter if we want it or not. Like who we're surrounding ourselves, we kind of get the advice, and it's gonna affect our thinking. Are we gonna against it, or are we gonna follow follow the advice that was given to us, which is a good thing. It's always good to cultivate yourself, like a little like questioning thing. Is it really true, you know, or not? What is really truth for me? I wrote a lot about other people, and we don't want to manifest other people. We don't want to be like other people all the time who are stuck in their life. We want to evolve, we want to become better, but how we can absorb our emotions sometimes is expressing. So I'm gonna read it. I think maybe this one is kind of nice to see. Like, I hope I didn't put any names. Yeah, I didn't. Okay, this is 20 April 2019. Why am I feeling down and sad? I think it is because I genuinely thought that this person is going to be in my life, but seems like he don't care. I have think about maybe I should have done something better, but now I can learn and put boundaries with people. That's literally what I thought. And I wanted. Actually, I'm really surprised. I literally look back and I'm like, wow, I was like, you can see, like, I was literally designing some pages. Like, what? And oh my god, I was so like specific with everything. I had even goals, like spend time outdoors. I even like put plus signs that I did it. It's kind of funny. Actually, I realized I paid for something course to help me to journal better, or not really that. It was like some course of like kind of finding the stuff in your life, what you want to do, and earning money, which I never did earn money, but I kind of learned something else from it. I feel like everything that's thrown into your life and what you enter is meant to be there to guide you, to elevate you. I don't recognize it myself now because I'm different, I'm totally different, but that's interesting. It's 27 April. I feel like I'm falling off the track. I see I get lazy and I shouldn't get up again. I have nice people supporting me, so I just need to do a new map plan. Maybe it is not good enough. We need to add things. I did a little memory flipping about darkness, but it's hard because I realized there's one memory about it that is connected with darkness and feeling insecure. It's true. I maybe need to start something else, but inside me is like, to do this. Okay, some weird sentence. I am so proud of myself. Oh my god, this is so crazy. This was the time when Corona started and we were home, and I also like started journaling and kind of healing my traumas. This was exact time, and that's funny, like it was year or really deep self-work to recover from my traumas and realize, because I realized I was so traumatized. I used to wrote like that. It's so crazy. Oh my god. And then I wrote like podcasts and just me when I traveled a lot. I want to read also some newest journal. This is my new journal. It's really broken. It's a lot of stickers. I know. Every journal has its own special season. I'm gonna change journal. You can see it's almost ending. I have like 5 pages left, but I think I'm gonna end with this month, which is like August. And you know, there's different reasons why you need a journal. You don't want to express your emotions. In the beginning, I started with tracking my emotions to understand myself better, to be more present, and you know, not think ahead too much, because I do that a lot. My mind does that a lot. A lot of my mind was also, you could hear the sentence I wrote there, like, I feel like I'm not good enough, you know, and I feel like that sentence, it's so crazy to see it even when I was 19 years old, because this still prevailed in my life this year when I started to see this sentence in my head, that it's still stuck with me. I journal sometimes really long. I have few questions. You can also see it in my 20 questions. This is like daily growth reflection questions. Okay, maybe Monday. So this Monday, you're gonna see it next week, but it's Monday, 18 August. Yesterday I ended up doing everything I planned. So awesome. I like this thrive and understand why it is good. It's also feels me. I'm feeling strong shift in me, and I'm truly excited and ready to have my dreams unfold in front of me. I trust my divine timing in stuff. I painted Hierophant card. While my colors went a little wonky, I will learn from it. I'm so proud this month is like gifted to close this chapter and step into my dream world. I can feel it. Only focus, what is left is getting the song ready. One thought in my head is also respect my seasons. I started this summer play and a lot of creative projects. What questions I ask is like this simple question is like, what went well today? So you say, I mentioned in this journal, like, okay, I did this, I'm really proud of myself. I can finally feel like I have thrive in me. That's actually true. I used to be in bed, you know, most of the time, because that was kind of my comfort zone. I felt really depressed and, you know, stuck, and I tend to see the negatives a lot. That's why I say, like, when you write it down, it kind of kind of is in front of you, and your mind is like, oh, we actually did that. Because you can think like, okay, I did this, I did that, but I think like thinking has no power. There's so many thousand thoughts. I don't know how many thoughts there are, but I heard there's a lot of thoughts. As much as I looked into this stuff, I'm like, yeah, we have a lot of thoughts, and I can even hear. And what we focus kind of becomes the focus. You know, your mind is like starting to see the proof. We're gonna get more into it. I'm gonna share. That's why these questions are so good. But anyways, we're kind of reflecting through like those things. There's more each category. I have like 5 questions in my PDFs. I reflect, you know, what are the things that are not going well. So this is for the growth area. What do I feel like I could do better, you know? If that helps me to also improve my YouTube videos. Or sometimes I focus on so many things, so one area goes a little bit bad. I feel like it was bad. I'm like, okay, what can I do there? It's not the place to judge yourself, but it's a place to be real with yourself. When it comes to my mental health, I feel like it has been really good. Like thinking of the thoughts I used to have and just self-sabotaging thoughts. You know, it's like you're constantly saying, oh, why you do this? Like, you're so boring. Like, oh my god, nobody needs another singer. You know, oh, that even stings when I say it, but it's like, these are the words we say to ourselves. We even acknowledge it or not, but they're there. If you feel like, okay, why can't I do something and be consistent, then this is the exact voice. That's why, oh my god, you're gonna love the last part, but we're gonna get there because I feel like that's gonna help you to shift those sayings and really stuck into something that gives you like a strong confidence. Let's move on to our section 2, which is getting through difficult situations. I think at certain point in our lives, we do certain things we don't approve internally, but we lie to ourselves we're okay with that. Once you start to feel the regret and you start to act as a bad person because you accept that you're a bad person, this is regret, guys. You're blaming yourself. It's not like directly like, oh my god, you did this, how dare. It's more of like, I'm already bad, so let me do the bad anyways. Let me just like, you know, throw myself there all the time. And I feel like that's why it's so important. These questions are so deep. So the question I ask myself, what I really found work for me that gives and showed me like the real perspective of things. Because for months I was sad, I was crying. I don't know, something about like shower crying. Is that a thing? You just go shower, you just kind of like cleansing with the shower and you cry. Was that weird? Maybe, but I was just going through something I really didn't want to like accept. So the question I ask is, what happened and what do I wish had happened? We have certain control in life. Yes, we have to accept that reality and everything, but we can change certain things, and that starts with our mind. It helps release things we can't control also, because sometimes we hold on to the thing. My thing has always been like, oh, I want to be aware, I want to do all of this stuff, and learning to let go, it was a really big thing, and that helped me. Because if I ask myself what happened, then I wrote like detailed description, and then I'm later like, okay, what I wish happened, and then I realized that actually the thing that happened had to happen because of there were certain circumstances that kind of like made this a possibility. But that's how I would get over like a difficult situation, and how I would move on for that if I feel like I can't change the fact that something happened, right? What you can do is focus on one thing you can do now. Focus on one thing you can show that you are actually a good friend, or you are actually a good partner, or you are actually whatever you are you want to be. These things are helped me as an artist, as a person who feels a lot, who's really sensitive, whose brain is all over the place, who has a lot of personality and stuff, and I feel like that helps me to kind of ground myself and show up and really do my art, you can say. That topic leads me to my section 3, dreaming wilder. Often we are in our boxes and we stop ourselves to even dream. And here are our few excuses that I can say top of my head. Oh, it's because my boss said I need to be every weekend at work. Okay. that means you can't do YouTube and you can't follow something that you always want to do, right? Oh, it's because I see there's a lot of people doing it. That was mine, definitely. We choose what world wants of us. It's like our parents have expectations, if we want it or not. We have actually taken their expectations to us. As a pleaser I was. I would just, please my parents. I will try to be the good kid, that there's no issues, until I started to realize that I was doing disservice to myself because I was trying to follow their vision of myself, and I cannot beat with that. I cannot challenge myself for that. I cannot never reach this dream they have of me. And I think it's okay to want to do that as a child, but at a certain point we have to let go of it. I was there too. I was kind of stuck doing everything that everyone wants of me, like just needing affirmation, like please tell me what to do, like I don't know what to do. What if you just become that type of girl or a boy? You're like, okay, that's it, I'm gonna just do it, I don't care what everyone says. I don't care. To me, even when I do YouTube, people say, oh, you should do actually live streams more. You should do this more. Victoria, you should try that more. You should actually buy yourself this and do that. But I'm like, just be silent for a moment. Just let them say what they need to say out of their hearts. I hear you. It's not like I'm naive. I'm like, I do what I want, I'm the boss. It's not like this, because I need that mindset and we need that mindset. If you're anything like similar to me, then you understand. If you have doubtful self, like really strong, we need this other polarity a little bit. We need the polarity of saying to ourselves, because anyways, we're gonna listen other people because we want to be the best, and we want to, not the best, but we just want to serve others. We want to help others. I want to add value to your life. I want to add value to my life. I want to actually add value to everyone around me, and that's really important for me, because I want to live and enjoy my life. And if I bring this peace and love around me, that and for myself, okay, you are also important. I have a video about also like pouring your own cup or stuff. That's why I feel like it's so important to start to focus on your dreams. My 55th video, which is right now you're watching, wouldn't be possible. I'm posting every Monday. Wouldn't be possible if I would have stopped believing my dream and being a little delusional, okay? But a little bit delusional is fine. The thing is, I don't get money from it, I don't get anything from it. All I have is my vision, and the thing is, like, I want to help others, and I had it since I was 19 when I found my purpose. Why I want to talk these topics in my channel, I feel like it's because there could be more people with me or around me take a seat, and I want to really support your journey. Like, I want to support the peace of mind. I feel like there's a lot of noise in the world. So this is one good question I found recently that really helped me to put things to perspective for myself and see what am I holding back. There's also this part, Even if you dream wild, sometimes we are stopping ourselves. But if you don't have a dream and you feel like, well, I don't know, Victoria, what is my dream? I have maybe a dream when I was a child, So this is my question, journaling question I would ask. If there were no restrictions, what would I do? So if there were no restrictions, what would you do? And if you don't know that question, then this one might help also, is what triggers me online? What makes me feel a certain way? Because when you think of it, it makes so much sense. It's like, if my videos or some videos trigger you online and you go there like, oh my god, you should have done this, or you're like, why are you like that, you should la la la, then maybe this is something you're passionate about. You don't know it unless you go try. There are many challenges you can do. You can do 72 hours trying not to be YouTuber, or you can do anything you please, really. You just have to start with one thing. And that's why I always such a big thing with this one thing. And I hope my followers one day will get it in Instagram, because I'm always like, what is this one thing you can do? What is this one thing you can do in this situation? What is this one stress thing you can let go today? It always is the one thing, and that's why the journaling is also one thing, and it accumulates over the time. Through time, when you do this one thing every day, you're gonna be, oh my god, this is so cool, like I changed, I let go of this and this and this. Of course, the growth will happen still, like no matter what stage you are in your life. The wilder you dream, the better you're gonna reach them. When they reach their dreams, it's like their dream was maybe even much bigger, but the one they got was even better. That's how it is, okay? Your dream is a gateway, it's a pathway, it's a way for you to go and go on a journey and figure out what is it, like what is it to me. So dreams are open doors, so if you let yourself go there are gonna be a new realities ahead, there are gonna be new ways of you. I like this concept of like there are already multiple realities of us. The things you see you can be, and you see in your vision and your head, you imagine yourself, oh, I could be like this, imagine I'm like that and that. These realities kind of exist, but they exist in your head, right? This reality exists because in your head. That's why you need that's listen to it again. These realities exist because they're in your head. They can exist. Your mind doesn't know what is real. But I do meditations, and meditations are where I do my visions. Like I have this really nice meditation. Maybe I can show you my meditations if anyone is interested. I have this nice meditation where I meditate and I go and step into my next version I see, because it's much easier for me to step into next version now than the version that's ahead of 1,000 years, you know? It's the version that's already reaching everything. Yes, you need the bigger vision. So you vision the bigger vision, like the ideal version you see now. It's gonna anyway change, believe me. But you have to do the start, because that's gonna push you outwards and dream wild. And then maybe you can add more happiness and clarity to your life. And I feel like that's what the ultimate goal is. Mine definitely is to help you to find the peace. So yeah, this is the theory that whatever you vision, it already exists. So if it already exists, that's why I say, what is this one thing you can do? I just love it. It's so good. I have this thing. I want to create wealth because I never done it. I want to create like money in my life because I don't know how to do that. I'm in a guest of kind of trying to figure it out. I created a business. I thought I knew what I wanted to do, but now I'm kind of like, I don't know, man, you know? So I'm kind of figuring out maybe I need to do some coaching, but I'm not really sure of it yet, to help people find peace or get out of survival mode, because I lived in survival mode and created a lot of bad situations in my life. And with this wealth meditation, I'm doing this like imagining I have 10k in my bank account, and then I'm thinking, okay, what does my day look like? Okay, I wake up, I go there. Like, this is really powerful because it made me see what I can do now. And this is the key. I am challenging my beliefs. And now we get to this section 4, which is releasing limiting beliefs. And whatever belief you want to change, this is so powerful, because there's this amazing quote. If you get it one day, it will open your eyes and you understand that the root of everything is the belief, okay? And once you shift your belief, you change your actions. Okay, so the quote is, your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your values become your destiny. And destiny is what's happening. Okay, what is here now? What is the reality I am stepping into? I feel like this is so powerful. I have this silentdream.com. I also have these questions that can help you through. Also in this webpage, I have the blog post about it where I talk about it. I have like a worksheet specifically about shifting your beliefs, like, because belief creates actions, as you can see here. It leads to the actions and it leads to the new reality. If everything starts with a belief and we want to change belief, what is this one belief that is kind of stopping me, you know? What is this thing I say to myself daily? For me was, there's so many singers and artists, why would I go into this field? They're a lot better, you know? For me, it also was this, I'm not good enough, I'm gonna self-sabotage myself, you're so bad, you know? And what is the opposite of it? We always need to write opposition. It's not gonna happen overnight, you're gonna change it. But it's really important, this part. When you write it down, it becomes more powerful. And the flip for me was like, why not me? Why not me to share my story? I'm here, limited time in this earth, and why not me telling something that's important for me, and maybe through me some people learn something. I have my own unique voice and message to the world. Why not me to tell my story? That's why I say, notice the words you say to yourself, and the moment you start to write things down, you're gonna have really interesting stuff going on in your head. Believe me, it's gonna be really great. Now the next question I would ask, like, what can you do now? That's why I say this one thing is the most powerful tool. Because if you do that one thing now, you will shift your brain. You will shift the mindset. You will shift, okay, maybe your sentence like, but I'm a lazy person. I don't want to do anything. Believe me, there's a bigger reason why you think you're lazy. It's either someone said it to you or it's because you don't believe in your dream enough. And there's a lot of more reasons. But yeah, these are the simple questions I ask and small steps to shift your mind and really overcome yourself. You can shift your reality. You can become a new person, just like I'm becoming a new person every day. I mean, I'm becoming the version I see. That's why I say your versions exist now anyways. So if you can dream it, you can also do it. But and if you shift your beliefs, if you shift the limiting beliefs you have and you shift them to the new realities, and you do this action, you do this one step, and you start to do repeatedly this one step, and even when you fall back, you go back to it, and that's the real thing. You go back to the thing, because even when I fall and even when I cannot keep up with my schedule, sometimes I can, but I sometimes extend some things and I do some other things. I've been playing Red Dead Redemption for 2 days, 3 days. So I've been clearly annoying this YouTube video because I'm so scared sometimes. Not that I'm scared, it's more of like this old self coming. Like I said, there's always going to be something to stop you. That's why I say I'm gonna increase my chances to do them by helping my mind, by helping my thoughts, by helping myself to do them more. Then I'm more able to do that. And I feel like that really is a big thing for me. Like the mindset shift is a big. When you journal, when you write them down, you become more efficient. So these were the categories on my free journaling guide. You can look at my free workbook. I did 20 questions to ask. I asked him whenever I need, and I sometimes have to go back to it. My main questions, of course, what I do is like daily questions, what I like to ask. And I think these are really powerful. You can check that out. And if you want to know more about such things, please let me know. I'm really happy to help you to overcome yourself, to really do more in your life and show yourself to the world how special and unique and beautiful person you are, because I believe that this community, we will build that, and I want that. So use this free guide, these 20 questions, and use them whenever you need them, when you feel stuck, when you feel you need a reminder, you need a clarity, you need a reset button, you need to like feel fresh again, because that's how it feels to journal sometimes. I'm truly rooting for you, and I hope we will make amazing music and all our dreams come true. That's it. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I see you in the next producing session. Bye!